Hey, Pak here. Impending Doom is back and it's more accessible than ever. I'm playing both currently an Ignite as well as a Poison version, and this video is a showcase of the Poison variant. The centerpiece of the build are these two uniques. The Foulborn Dordry Scorn, which will give us a level 30 Impending Doom, plus the Vixen's Entrapment, which allows us to quickly proc the Doom explosions. The level 30 Impending Doom has 6 to 9000 flat chaos damage, which will carry us straight into D16 mapping by basically just having these two uniques equipped. The Poison variant has a lot of single target scaling potential and very high situational defense, since we are cursing with Enfeeble, Temp Chains, Fist of Fire conversion with Shaper of Flames, Arctic Armor, Flesh and Stone, Bastion of Elements. This character gets online extremely quickly and also has the potential to do any content you want if you feel like min-maxing it. Here is how the build works. We socket Temporal Chains and Spell Cascade in our helmet. By cursing with it, we will proc the curses linked in our Vixens to override the Temporal Chains, which will result in our Doom Blast to go off. It is important to have a curse limit of 3 and exactly 3 curses linked to Spell Cascade in the Vixens. Since this is a poison build, we care about getting as many hits in as possible. This is where Spell Cascade comes in. By having enough AoE and positioning the cursor slightly behind the boss, we are able to get 2 overlaps, which result in 2 poisons per cast. Since we are using 4 different curses, 3 in the gloves and 1 linked to Impending Doom, only 3 will remain on the boss. It is very important to socket the useless filler curse in the first socket slot of the Vixens. This one will not remain on the boss after triggering the Doom Blast. To max our damage potential and guaranteeing maximum overlap chance, we have to understand the following mechanics: overlaps, cooldown recovery, cast speed, and area of effect. The Vixens as well as the Impending Doom have an internal cooldown. By having no cooldown recovery, we can explode Impending Doom approximately 7 times a second. The Vixens, on the other hand, can trigger curses only every 0.25 seconds, allowing us to cast 4 times per second. With 2 overlaps, that allows us to have a maximum damage output. By getting cooldown recovery, we reduce both the Doom Blast as well as the Vixen's cooldown, allowing us for more curse triggers as well as more explosions per second. So ideally, we will want to balance our cast speed around the cooldown of the Vixens. If you have no cooldown recovery, you want to be able to cast 4 times a second and increase the cast speed as you gain more cooldown recovery. It is important, however, that you don't get too much cast speed, since when you cast faster than your Vixens can trigger the curse, you will have a dead cast without an explosion and in turn lose damage. You can test this quite easily in game by putting a triggered curse on the bar, see if it goes on cooldown every time you cast. POB, however, does this calculation for you. Once you have a higher budget and you are able to purchase 2 Awakened Spell Cascades, the situation simplifies and damage uptime increases. If you replace your normal Spell Cascades with Awakened ones, you will manage to get 3 overlaps, resulting in a faster proccing of Doom explosions, allowing you to be more mobile while still dealing your full damage, and you won't have to stack cast speed quite as high as if you'd have only 2 overlaps. The final magic component to making this work smoothly is area of effect. The radius of your curses should reach 4.8 meters. This is mostly needed to reach 3 overlaps for Awakened Spell Cascade, but also greatly improves ease of getting 2 overlaps on a normal Spell Cascade setup. Here is a quick showcase on how to get overlaps on single target. This is with normal Spell Cascade. I will position the cursor slightly behind the boss. Listen to the sound of the explosions. You can clearly hear the overlaps. This is a great way to test your mouse positioning and how many overlaps you're getting. Here it is with Awakened Spell Cascade. My cursor is closer to the target and you can clearly hear 3 explosions happening per cast. You will want to test overlaps yourself, but from my testing I concluded. With only 1 level 5 Awakened Spell Cascade linked to the curse in your Vixens and none in your Impending Doom, you can get 3 overlaps by your Temporal Chains having a 5 meter radius. If you have 2 Awakened Spell Cascades, one linked in the Vixens and one in the helmet, Overlap seems to be more consistent and require a 4.8 meter temporal change radius. Notice though, Awakened Spell Cascade has a higher area of effect penalty and you will require more AoE. To check for your curse's area of effect, import your character to Path of Building and check the Configuration tab and select Temporal Chains. I want to go into my choice why Elementalist over Occultist. Elementalist gives us significantly more defense thanks to Bastion of Elements and Shaper of Flames and the Stone Golem. It also provides well needed area of effect plus cast speed from Lightning and Flame Golem. It scales better into endgame for both damage and survivability, but it leaves us with two problems to solve. Explosions for clear and wither up damage. For clear we have 5 options really. The budget option is to simply use an obliteration for explosions or my preferred weapon, a binos for proliferation. That will give us a nice clear boost, yet it will completely remove any damage we would otherwise get from a rare wand or dagger with some chaos multi and chaos damage. Another budget option is to get a Foulborn Barracks Respite with fire explosions. Those are quite nice, yet you have to wear another ring that doesn't give life or proper stats and resistances. You are also able to clear without any explosions, though it works perfectly fine, yet I do prefer having a method of either proliferation or explosions. Now the two high budget options are Foulborn Witchbane. This is basically the Occultist Ascendancy Profane Bloom in form of a jewel that gives up to 15% chance to explode cursed enemies. And of course, there's always to yoink the Forbidden Flame, Forbidden Flesh, Profane Bloom from the Occultist. Now I interrupt this broadcast to introduce today's sponsor, Paulano Spezi. Now it didn't sponsor this video, nor did it give me any money, but it did give me the energy to wake up this morning and try making this video guide for you. Now there's many things to be still explained and said, and most importantly are the path of buildings. I will link them below. I have a leveling video already out. You can check it out on my YouTube channel. There's different leveling POBs. It's extraordinarily fun to level with this ability. The POB, I have one with my current character, and I will have an aspirational POB that I myself am working towards. Now none of these are super fleshed out, and I will flesh them out more as the days goes by, and hopefully I can make a update video on the path of building, maybe some progression, maybe some softcore changes I would do tomorrow. And now I'm trying to do some video gaming of my own. You can catch me live on twitch.tv/park_HC, and I will be playing both the poison variant as well as the ignite variant, and for the ignite character I hope to make a guide tomorrow as well. So on and so forth. See you gamers. Salute.